Hey guys, I'm Orla from GVO, your women's gear review channel, where we give honest reviews of all kinds of gear for women, by women, but everyone is absolutely welcome. Today we will be reviewing the SoFo Rolltop X backpack from Horizn Studios. Let's run through the summary of this backpack. This runs at about $190 and this is the X version. There is just the SoFo Rolltop and that is $160. This is a vegan backpack that is made from recycled materials. It is water resistant and heat resistant with a coated cotton canvas. The dimensions are 30 in width by 47 in height by 14 in depth, and that is in centimeters. And with the roll top extended up, it goes up to a height of 64 centimeters. It is a volume of 22 litres, and with it expanded, it does go up to 28 litres, and it is a weight of 850 g. This colour is the night blue. You can get it in the grey, white, black, and a dark olive. The shape and style of this is great. You kind of have to wiggle it about to get it to stand up by itself because of the flat bottom. This does kind of sit up grand. Even when it is fully packed, it depends of your weight distribution. If you have something maybe that kind of supports it here on the bottom, because it is so flexible, then it won't roll forward. It'll just depend on how much you have here in the front for it to be like, I do love a wee roll top, and I have tested out Horizn Studios kind of luggage, like their carry-on as well. And if I know anything about Horizn Studios, is that their products are absolutely durable. So they do offer a 2-year warranty, and the shipping will depend on where you are in the world and your weight and size, not of you, but of the product that you have. And also you have 100 days to return it. So I've always known Horizn Studios for their luggage. As mentioned, I have tested out their carry-on. So testing out their backpacks has been great. We're also testing out their travel backpack as well. So that review will be coming soon. I suggest going over to their website and actually checking out some of their backpacks, because not only do they have the roll top, they have the travel packs, city break kind of backpacks. They just have just an array of different funky bags. Okay, let's get into the key features of this SoFo X backpack. At first glance, there is little to none in terms of branding. You do have some on the hardware, which is quite subtle, and also kind of their signature line here. That is on the front and also on the back as well. They have just little branding, so it's nothing too in your face. It's kind of just sleek in everything that they do. So the front kind of pocket here isn't like a swing around and you've got a side compartment here. This is swing around and you've got a top kind of loading front pocket. So sometimes it can be a bit awkward to get into, but nonetheless, it does what it needs to do. It has some kind of material here covering the flap. These are YKK zippers, so they have custom pullers here. The zips themselves aren't like coated or anything, so just be aware of that, but the flap kind of just covers it and protects it as best as it can. And inside is just that water resistant material, which is easy to clean, and inside is just space. So you have a good amount of space here. I've opted to put my purse in here. I will give you a quick measurement just in terms of this pocket. You've got 10 inches up, just slightly off 10 inches, so about 9.5 across. So plenty of space there to just get in what you need. So that is your front main access kind of pocket, swinging the bag around, getting what you need quickly. Then you have your kind of main compartment. So onto the roll top here, you have 7 different points in which you can kind of attach your G-hook to, which is grand in terms of you can make a full range of this space and have this at the very top if you even wanted to. Or you could have it right down at the bottom. Usually that's where I roll it down to, or you could even have it just flimmed over like so. So there is different ways in which you can kind of maneuver this, which is really, really nice. Now, I love in terms of how aesthetically pleasing this kind of fold is, because you can obviously pop that out if you wanted to, but when it's not in use, it just folds in nicely, and that's just really, really aesthetically in line with the whole sleekness of this bag. Now, inside this bag is like doom. See, unless you have light, I can't see anything. I couldn't even see the pockets in there. I had to feel it around. You've got a first pocket here that is kind of, as soon as you go into the bag, it's just your pocket. So it's great in terms of just putting your hand in, because you can't see squaddly in here. The material is that water resistant style material, and that is great to have that pocket there, because especially when you're digging, you might want to put what you really need at the top here, and then the rest of the space is just space. But the only thing is, it is very dark. I would have loved to have seen maybe some bright interior in there, because honestly, I just have to dig around. The bag overall, in terms of the front here and the bottom, is quite flexible, but don't let that fool you. The bottom of the bag is well padded in terms of placing your bag down, and especially here when you're thinking about the laptop compartment, which we'll get into in a wee second, that is absolutely grand too. So it is, although flexible, which gives a great advantage in terms of shoving it in the seat in front of you, but also an advantage in terms of having that padding at the bottom, so you know that whenever you are putting your valuables down. One thing I would note is, if you have any valuables in the front here, in case that rolls forward, maybe just add your own protection. So in terms of the laptop compartment here, you have that PU coating that you kind of really want to see here on the front as well, just in terms of rain pouring down, although the flap is going to kind of protect a bit, not overall. Now you have that here. And on the side, this is supposed to fit up to a 16-inch. So I measured it. It runs a 16-inch from the top to the bottom here, and then across about 11 inches. And it does fit my laptop here inside nicely. And when the bag is fully packed, it is compressed in. You don't feel any movement. You also don't feel anything in terms of your laptop on the back of your back. Like, comfort wise, you know, you're not feeling that, because it is well padded. It is also super easy for TSA, having your liquids here on front and then your laptop in the back. It just makes it easy so that you don't have to go into the main body of the bag. So now on to the kind of back system here. What you have is this kind of panel that is running horizontally. It is that water kind of resistant material. I know I keep saying that, but it feels like a tent. And then you have your luggage slit, which is the right way, and it has a bit of elastic resistance here. So that is handy enough for just wanting to get it over a bigger handle and sliding it on, and it kind of sucks back in. And that's what you have here. You do have your top grabbing handle, your only kind of handle, that seat material that is just handy enough for just picking it up and going. In terms of comfort, there is no padding or anything like that, but there is sufficient padding here on the straps. Now, let's move on to a fit check, comfortability, and if this passes the female body test. In terms of these straps and the comfortability of this backpack, with the jacket on, I have zero issues. It's fine because there's enough padding, but there isn't enough padding and tapering this tight to my back that I would like. But this is kind of what it looks like. Just for reference, I am 5'6". The only thing that is super freaking annoying about this is trying to adjust the straps, because there is no like pull down. You have to like pull this, which right now looks really easy, but when you're trying to do that on the go, there causes a lot of awkwardness in doing so. And there isn't enough material. So I would ideally like this to be like that. But there's no more material left for me to pull down on. So it kind of just strains then on my back. If I have a jacket, then it is much easier in kind of making up for that space. But for now, it's just, I would prefer that like that. In terms of comfort, the straps are so comfortable. Grand. I would be worried then in heat and hotter weather. Unfortunately, I don't have that a lot, but I'm just picturing this kind of material that is that kind of water resistant material. You're sweating to death. It's just going to run off that. There is no real airflow. There is, because you have a little bit of a gap if you are having it kind of put on your back like this, but then that kind of causes strain on your back. But yeah, in terms of the support and the comfortability for long periods of time, it's like for me, but for getting you from A to B, it is absolutely grand. The straps as well, although I would like them a bit taper tight, they are super duper comfortable. They kind of curve as well. There isn't any sort of issues in terms of comfort here with the top, so it definitely passes the female body test. Okay, moving on to the airline requirements test. So I took this with me as my personal item for a 3-day trip, and usually they don't check backpacks, right? But they were on a mission to be checking them, and I was like, well, what a perfect time to be testing this out so we can see, otherwise I'm going to be paying a small fortune if this does not fit. I was so glad for the flexibility, but it absolutely fitted grand. Unfortunately, a lot of people's bags did not fit, and I was mortified for them, and oh god, the price that you have to pay is ridiculous. So the lovely Sabrina has created this for a replica of sizing. This is EasyJet's measurements. I will pop them up on screen so you can kind of make a comparison for yourself. This is how I had it packed out. Basically, I had a bit more on the front in terms of just liquids and stuff, but that we'll get to it because it fitted in fine. So you're going to put it in, what shall we, straps, and that fits in grand. No issues at all. Even if you had anything in the front, there's still enough space because I had my liquids in there as mentioned, and it was absolutely grand. Excuse the conflosion here. The only thing is I would have it at this roll top form. Any bit higher, you're going to be hitting the ends, so you will have to kind of make it at its smallest roll point. You probably could maybe get it to this one and kind of get away with it because of the flexibility of the bag if you had something in there. Or what I would do is buy a bag at duty free and plop it in there, or just shove it in your coat if there's anything that you can, and avoid paying those extortionate fees. As you can see, this is it packed out, and it does sit up nicely by itself, which is great in terms of just setting it down and it not falling forward. So let's run through some pros and cons of this backpack. Pros are that it is scratch resistance. I always find with this kind of material, this is kind of bubblier than the Stubble & Co roll top, but I find that it's not like losing any kind of moments in terms of its materials. I would wonder here at the bottom if that would be the case over a long period of time. I will definitely do an update if anyone requests that, or if you just leave me a comment and I can tell you how it gets on, or I'll just do a whole video for you with. Yeah, I can do that for you. That's grand. Water resistance and heat resistance. In terms of heat, obviously, where I am in the world, we don't get that often, but it is good to know that if this is sitting in the sun, it is not going to melt. And it is personal item worthy, so you don't have to worry about whether it's going to fit in the seat in front of you. You can shove that bad boy in. A few cons to think about. So what I would have adored is a wee secret pocket to put my passport in, especially because I was taking this with me and I was just finding that it was in the front, which was grand, but I just would have maybe loved to seen that a bit somewhere, even if it was on just the back there. The most frustrating thing is that there is no water bottle compartment on the outside or in the inside. You can opt to put it on the inside because that water resistant material, but that was just frustrating. You can absolutely fit it in here. Anything that you do fit in this kind of front compartment is going to compromise the shape, so anything bulkier is going to form to that kind of shape. So if you're wanting to have this kind of sleekness to it, then you might not want to be placing bulkier items in there, but you can go ahead and try and fit your water bottle in there, which I will just do for you to see if we can even fit in a 500ml, because I just got really pissed off that it wasn't there and didn't opt to do that. So as you can see, it'll just form to the shape of the bag, so it just kind of sticks out like that.
Hey guys, I'm Bradley and this is Kazi. We are from Dream Big, Travel Far.
And we are running weekly gear giveaways in collaboration with Gear by Orla.
And if you want to be in with a chance to win, then hit that subscribe button and go to the first link in the description to join the newsletter.
Be sure to check your inbox every week to see if you are that week's lucky winner. We'll see you there.
This backpack is for someone who wants a stylish, good-looking, long-lasting backpack. The key being the style of it. Whilst it is functional in terms of its materials and durability, this backpack isn't for someone who is looking for an on-the-go backpack with the features that makes that easier for a busier life. It's definitely more down to style. Speaking of style, the overall kind of feel to this backpack is absolutely gorgeous. Business, urban, commuting, kind of lifestyle backpack. This backpack is inspired by the Scandinavians from the Soho, Sweden's hottest district, a place where creativity, fashion and design is absolutely booming. So you can see the appeal, and it is definitely appealing to moi. So this is our review on the SoFo X backpack. Let me know in the comments what you think about this backpack. If you enjoyed this review, then why not go ahead and join the GBO community by hitting that subscribe button. Thank you endlessly for watching. Bye!